What do you guys think of the matchup, SMU?
Well, we just found out yesterday what bowl game we was going to, and we knew it was either going to be Hawaii or Vegas, and we found out it was Hawaii, but I haven't seen anything on SMU. I'm sorry. We found out yesterday, so I'm sorry we just get started on them today and start checking them out. But from what I heard, SMU is a good team, and I seen they beat Tulsa, team that beat us this year, so I know they have a good program.
Yeah, we definitely got to, key in on that. Don't really key in on they only have 6 wins because they're a good football team. The June Jones team could beat you, with their attack and how they do things. They can beat you at any moment. So, we got to be ready to go. They beat Tulsa. We lost to Tulsa. So that's what we got to key in on and really motivate us to get going.
The bowl experience in general, you guys obviously didn't get that last year, so does that make this year even more sweeter?
I think just with us losing the bowl game, not being able to go to a bowl game last year was like an experience that some of us never experienced. So I think it was a good experience for us. So now we realize like a bowl game's not promised. You're not just going to go to a bowl game every year. Being a Bulldog, that's something we're used to, always going to a bowl game. So I think last year was definitely a year that we learned from.
Yeah, no question. To go off what he said, when we got recruited, same class, all we talked about was winning big games and winning championships and all that. So it was finally our year together, and we came out and won 4 games, and it was good. It was good for us because we learned a lot during that time. We learned a lot about how to take criticism. We learned a lot about scrutiny across when the big man's getting criticized and how to deal with that as a player, how to still go about your business and prepare, even though you're getting certain questions asked. We learned so much, and we had to go through it to get to where we're at now.
I know a lot of.
Talked about going to Hawaii. Were you guys bummed at all about not getting into the Las Vegas Bowl?
What's the other place we go to than Hawaii? I just know as far as me personally and a lot of our teammates, and just for the Red Wave, we got a lot of fan support in Las Vegas, and a lot of my family would have been there. My mom wanted to come as well, but Hawaii's kind of out of the question, for a lot of our families and things like that. So as far as going to Vegas, it would have been great as far as families, but if we can't go to Vegas, I'd love to go to Hawaii.
Yeah, it's not a bad place. There's worse places to go for a bowl game. But it's going to be a great experience. Like Robbie said, it's hard on some of our families. Like most of my family, they can't go. Plus, when David says he lives in Egypt, 23 hours away, he said there's no way he can get to it. I don't blame him. I wouldn't go on that flight to watch him play. You can tell him I said that too.
What if he's there for the Pro Bowl?
I'll be there. I'll be there watching this guy too. But like I said, like he said, it's of course we want our fans to be able to go and all that. I'm sure there's still going to be a great turnout. There always is when we play at Hawaii. So I'm not too worried about it. But to go to a bowl game at Hawaii, to spend a couple of days there, there's worse places to be.
What do you guys think about when you think about Hawaii? What's the first thing that pops in your head?
Surfing, but don't tell Coach Druder I said that. He's not here right now.
I just think it's just a lovely city. When you always think of a great place, you think of Hawaii, and we kind of been teased the few years we went there because we get off the plane, we see Hawaii, and we head to our rooms, to get focused and everything for the game that we got handed. This time, we get a few days in advance to be out there and really enjoy the city and really actually get to see the ins and outs of Hawaii.
Derek, you said after the Nevada game that if you had 2 weeks to prepare for Air Force in a conference championship to sign you up for that. Will you have 3 weeks to prepare for SMU in a potential 10-win season? You want to sign up for that too?
No question. I take pride, like you guys know, I take pride in my preparation, and so I got 3 weeks to get ready for them. I'm going to get the film in and start grinding on that. I definitely signed up for 3 weeks. I'm happy about this one.
Same way you were talking about it being a little bit tough for your family to roll out to Hawaii. It might be pretty tough for a lot of the Red Wave to get out there too, especially during the holiday season. What are your thoughts on that whole thing, and how can you kind of maybe entice them a little bit to get out to Hawaii?
It's this guy's last game. It's Philip's last game. They're, in my opinion, they're top 5 Bulldogs already. He's the best running back that's ever played here. Philip's arguably the best defensive player that's ever played here. It's their last time, and it's their last chance to see him. Wearing our colors, and it's going to be emotional for them, I know, especially for me. More so as friends. It's going to be tough not having this guy by my side, but it's his last go at it, and they can expect a show from this guy and Phillip and all those seniors. You know, it's their last time. So, you know, if that entices them, I hope it does. If not, it's the only game on ESPN that day, so they can watch it from home.
The last time Fresno State won a bowl game was 2007. Does that add any extra momentum headed into Hawaii?
Yeah, definitely. Like, as far as the season, you know, we had a great season, you know, being champions and everything like that, but now we're 0-0 right now. The Mountain West Championship is over. Now we're going to Hawaii to get a bowl game and get a ring and a championship as well, and that's something that none of us that's here right now have done. You know, we've all been part of losses and, you know, bad seasons and things like that, and that's why we're here to turn it around and come out of Hawaii with a victory.
Yeah, same thing. You know, our record is 0-0, and so is theirs. We're going there for one purpose. You know, it's going to be fun to do all the events and all that, but at the same time, that's going to be fun. But my mindset is, you know, we're here to win the game. You know, to have a 10-win season hasn't been done here since 2001, and everyone always talks about that team. So if we can get anywhere close to that and get a 10-win season, you know, maybe they'll be talking about us, and it's perfect for Rouse. He's a senior. What better way to go out than a 10-win season, and the best running back of all time here.
You guys had a lot of tricks in the bag on the final game of the season. I could only wonder, is it under or over 5 trick plays in this game, you think?
Who knows with Coach Ryan? He's probably at home drawing them up right now. Whatever he brings in, we're going to execute to the best of our ability, and it's always fun when he brings them in because it's crazy that he draws them up and you've never even seen this before, then he has film to prove it, that it works. I don't know where he gets it from, but the guy's a nut, and we love playing for him.
That's like when we was doing all trick plays and getting prepared for Air Force, I had to ask him, like, Coach Ram, have you ever done this play before? Like the little Ruski play we had to burst. He could have scored, but he kind of cut in instead of cutting. He cut out, but he should have cut inside. But, you know, trick plays, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But we love the excitement of the game, and I know the fans and everybody loves it as well.
Coach DeRuiter said that the bowl season is the best time of the year. I mean, in general, obviously you guys are focused on your game, but are there any other matchups out there that you're possibly intrigued to pay attention to once your game is done?
Oh, of course. You know, me and this guy, we're football fans. Every Sunday, we're texting back and forth about NFL games instead of how's your body feel. He gets hit more than I do, so he doesn't ask me. So, you know, we love watching football. The Oregon-Kansas State game, that's going to be a fun one to watch. You know, I'm going to root for my buddy who plays for Oregon. You know, I hope he wins a game. You know, I hope they win that thing. It'd be great for him because I want to see his ring. But that one, of course, the national championship, everyone watches that. You know, whatever games are on, I try and watch them all. You know, they're always fun to watch, and I'd want other people to watch ours as well, so I try and do that for them.
Moving forward to the Northern Illinois, you know, Orange Bowl game, I mean, that's could be a potential possibility for Fresno State next year. You got a one-loss non-BCS team that's in. Does that motivate you, knowing that that could be a possibility if another strong season is in the works for you guys next year?
Oh yeah, that's awesome. You know, I'm so happy for them to be there. And you know, we played against them 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
We knew they were good. They had great talent, so we knew that there was good things in store ahead of them. They have good young players, so you know, it's good to see them doing these kind of things and what they're doing because it paves the way for us and what we want to do. So it's glad that someone did it, and so next year's not the time where, oh, do we let them in, do we not? It's good to see that they were able to make it and do it. Now, I'm going to be rooting for them. You know, I love rooting for the underdogs. You know, that's, you know, like his whole story has been underdog. He's the same way. You know, I love rooting for underdogs, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that game.
Yeah, I feel like bowl season is always the best time of the year because you see matchups that you never even think will happen. Like whoever thought that they would have matched this up with SMU, and it's just all kind of matchups. San Jose is having a great season, you know, and I'm just be interested in watching all the bowl games. I try for the most part. I get to see all the games and all the great matchup, and I'm so excited to see all the games.
Robbie, this one's going to be, you know, obviously your last game in a Bulldog uniform. Just reflect on your career and what you want to take out of this one last experience as you run onto the field.
You know, this has been a great year, great career, you know, great teammates and everything like that. And I would have not rather came to any other school or played with any other teammates and things like that. I just want to leave them on a good note with a championship. We already got the Mountain West championship. That's a check. And now get this bowl game. That would be another check for Derek and to lead them and, you know, do bigger and better things next year.
You guys talked about preparations. How do you guys get yourself mentally prepared for a game that's in 20-some-odd days and against an opponent you fairly don't know a lot about, but you have a lot of time to look at film? I mean, how do you mentally